Well, that was fun. All right, so for the intents and purposes of this video, I'll be using a regular webcam because as promised in the previous episode, today we'll be showing you how we set up your lights. Welcome back to IcanYoucan, where our intention is to promote just three of the basic things in life, which is motivation, inspiration, and most importantly, positivity. Before we even get to the specifics, let me just tone down my video here a bit. As of this time, what you're seeing as a light source is just the one that's on the ceiling and the lights coming from the monitor, which is pretty much your basic setup if you're working from home. Whether you're a content creator, a streamer, a vlogger, or someone like me who's just basically working from home, a proper light source will always be very important. Let me tell you guys first, why is it important? Even if you're just working from home, you need to be seen. Have you ever been in one of those presentations or meetings where you just simply do not have that attention anymore to the person speaking simply because their video feed is just too dark? Now, why is lighting important? Lighting is actually one of the three factors that affect your video feed, whether you're working from home, whether you're content creating, whether you're streaming, whatever is it that you're doing, as long as you are online, lighting is one of the three. The other two, I'll probably be discussing in a separate video. Now, the first question that's probably in your mind would be, is this gonna cost a lot? Well, it is gonna cost a bit, but you can make do with whatever you have at home, whether you have a lamp or any light source for whatever matter. Now at this point, I wanna show you just two requirements in order to elevate your video feed. And if you stay until the end of the video, I'll show you a third tip that can definitely optimize your video feed. For the first two, you'll just need two of these. In Philippine pesos, these cost me somewhere around 300 to 400, including the tripod that comes with it. And yes, the tripod will definitely be necessary because the height of how it's positioned will also affect how you look on video. How do you optimize these lights? First, you need to make sure that it's absolutely dark. Now, for those of you working daytime, no issues at all. Just position your computer in such a way that the light source from the window is coming straight to your face. No issues whatsoever. You actually have the best schedule ever. Now, in order for you to be able to optimize these two ring lights, first off, you need to make sure you're not using the light that's coming from the ceiling. So let me turn that off real quick. All right, now that it's off, the only light source that you see that's coming straight into my face right now is the one that's coming from the monitor. Now, let's say you're in a meeting. Chances are your video is gonna look like this, because Zoom, Google Meets, or whatever web conferencing software you have basically occupies the entire screen. And more often than not, it's gonna have a black background into it, thus further reducing the light source onto your face. So even if that was the case, let me turn on the very first and most important light source, which is the one that's in front of you. Now that's actually problem solved right then and there. Just turning on one light source, the one that's directly in front of you. But the one that I have, the ring light that I have in front of me, it's actually at my 11 o'clock or maybe my 10:30. I don't know. How do you say that? Is that 11 o'clock or 10:30? Problem solved. Now, how do you make it at least a bit more interesting, especially if you're a content creator or a vlogger? You need a secondary light source. And that's the one that is right here on my right side. And this is what it looks like when it's on. Now, the one on my right side, it's actually at my 3 o'clock, is not pointed directly at me. Okay? It's not pointed directly at me. Why? Because the purpose of this light that's on my right side is to illuminate the backside of my video feed. And most of the ring lights that you'll be able to purchase online these days will have this capacity of doing both warm and cool lights. So I have my cool light here on my right side, which is actually pointing towards the wall while also illuminating this side of my face. And I have my warm light, which is directly in front of me and pointed straight at me, giving me that warm glow here on my left side, if you notice here. Now at this point, that's actually all you need. However, I promised you guys a third tip which I'm about to tell you guys. But before I do, please make sure to hit on the subscribe button right over here. And right next to it is the notification bell. That way, whenever we have new content, you guys will be absolutely informed. Now on to our third tip. And it's as simple as this. Chances are you probably have an old lamp. Or maybe you're interested into purchasing a lava lamp. Or maybe you have a digital clock which you can position right behind you. Any other very, very minimal light source which will actually just separate you from the background. Now, if you find this video helpful, please feel free to hit on the subscribe button right about here and the notification bell right next to it. That way, on our next few contents and any other videos that we upload, you'll be first to be notified. Now, in relation to lighting and video, and we'll probably discuss the third one somewhere along the way, here's a question that I want to ask you guys before I end this. Is background equally important? All right, we'll see you guys next time. It's kind of difficult to record this video because I keep getting distracted between looking at the camera and looking at myself right now. It's kind of difficult, but I'll try to focus. But anyway, so the question is, am I the one that's upside down?